Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. With that, we'll get up to FedEx Field for the Washington home opener. Standing by, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And we focus on maybe the ultimate home run hitter in the NFL today, and that's running back Saquon Barkley, because teams come into every game with the idea that they want to limit his production and especially his big playability. But how many times did we watch him in his rookie year where he would be limited throughout the game, then all of a sudden there he goes out the back door, 50, 60, 70 yards. He's a lot of fun to watch unless you're trying to defend him. How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Nunes got it, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. From the 27, Trubisky. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Roll it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Kennard gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the counter, here's Kamara. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So here's the kicker, Caleb Sturgis, on to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Sturgis is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A Redskin 1st down. The pickup, 15 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
they? When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Brissett. And the grab by Croft. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brissett. He completes it to Wilson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here's Brissett. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. On 1st and 10, Brissett. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Caught by Wilson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. On third down, Brissett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Devon Kennard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Trubisky. Slide. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 63 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Brissett, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Trubisky will throw. And this is incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Great coverage there holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Brissett to throw on 1st. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Brissett. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Brissett now. And that is incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight, and he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? Shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he rifles one incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Kamara off the draw. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. On the ground, this is Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's bring it.
Brissett. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Brissett, he's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now it's Trubisky, and the catch good. It's Eifert, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now Trubisky. He gets it to Cooks.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Try to go back to Matthews there, and it's 3rd and 5. Now Trubisky to throw. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky, rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's complete to Cooks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Got his man, it's Eifert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky who's looked sharp thus far. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. They start the second half with Kamara, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And an alley to run. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Defense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
To throw, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here they go.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. There to bring him down, Avery Jones.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Coming.
2nd and 5 now. Brissett, he's got Green. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 1st down, Brissett.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. To throw is Brissett. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Avery Jones making his presence felt on the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and the grab by Croft. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Get him, boy. Get him, boys.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you have most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Kamara. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Trubisky on first down. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Toss play, Kamara. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. They go play action. Trubisky. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky to the left side here for Eifert. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And he missed it. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Shift.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Trubisky will throw, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Dallas. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, and now it's second down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And he's got a noon one. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's at this stage of the game.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky out to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Running with Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 2nd and goal, Trubisky, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Josh Allen in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Trubisky. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Redskins down by 10. At time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Brissett on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brissett. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's third down. Now Brissett. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. They'll run with Barkley. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the ground, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cowboys, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.